The time has come to conquer our last remaining frontiers and lead the resistance to victory on all fronts.
We're talking Forza Horizon 3, like an open world racing game that Pete and I tried out a little bit. We did not review it or anything. That'll be Miguel Concepcion for a freelancer for GameSpot.
Yes.
The embargo is up.
The embargo's up.
Yeah.
The review is out. It got a 9, and a lot of places are giving it a 9, 9.5. I've seen a lot of hundreds out there.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good game.
Dang. Oh, you're serious?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. Or I know it was a good game. I didn't know it was getting like 10s and whatnot.
Well, you know.
Yeah.
Some sites love to give 10s.
Some sites.
It is a game that is beautiful. It's very forgiving. It's sort of like arcade type driving. Like you can pretty much pick up any car and drive and be pretty successful. You can run into trees, no problem. You can hit other cars, no problem, no problem. I mean, you're free to do whatever you want. And it's really just sort of about exploring the Australian Pacific coast. So there's a pretty good variety. Like I only played for, 45 minutes. Which was a great taste. Like I really want to play the game. And I saw like a lot of good stuff. I saw, like I said, beaches. I went through the forest. I was on what looked like a golf course, and I shouldn't have been. I was in like a Lamborghini, but I was doing all this great fun stuff. And it, it reminded me of some of the time I spent playing The Crew back in the day. And that game, it sort of had a lot of the same stuff. It allowed you to drive, explore a lot of different locations too, where this is focused on one part of a continent. The Crew is like all of America. There's something about Forza Horizon that just immediately feels that much more gratifying.
Yeah.
I think it's that the driving is so much better.
Mm-hmm.
And the landscapes are just crafted in a much more interesting way.
Yeah, imagine that they actually like focus on the driving in a driving game, and it feels good. I ended up kind of like doing the donuts while I'm driving, and then reversing, then going in the same direction.
Yeah,
got it down pat a little bit. I saw you when I came back. I walked by your desk, and you were just going off this rock ramp into the beach.
Just jumped off a cliff into the ocean.
Clearly ignoring like the events and objectives, which is the cool part of this game. Like that's why I wanted to play it, and I don't necessarily like racing games, or at least I don't gravitate toward them. And that's why I wanted something I could shut off and maybe just play every once in a while, just for the joy of driving and seeing this, like, what is a gorgeous world. This, what is it, southeastern Australian? I'm actually not sure which part of.
I think it's mostly the Pacific coast. I don't know that it's just southeast, but yeah, it just makes the bare act of driving the focus and really fun. There is sort of this overarching thing where you're supposed to be participating in car festivals, sort of like a music festival, and you are using these festivals as a means to like build your brand and perform PR stunts. I guess they got to find an excuse for a narrative in this game. It doesn't really need one, but
there were some questionable characters early on in like the intro with like these bro voices.
Yeah,
and, I know you could pick from like a set number of nicknames. I forgot what my character's name was, like Natasha or something. I have no idea, but I wasn't particularly interested in the people. I was just more interested in the cars and driving them.
Yeah.
But then, you can like create your own events, right? And then that's where like the multiplayer comes into play. Other people can participate in them.
You can make like challenges and upload them, I believe.
Because
I haven't played that much, unfortunately.
But you run across these avatars that are just like, they take, I think, names from your friends list, or at least they just take random people's names and make them like your drivatars that you can challenge.
Yeah.
So just driving on the road.
And this is the third year the drivatar system has been in place. And I think it translates across games. Maybe it's just a Horizon thing. I don't know if it's a Forza Motorsport proper thing as well. But yeah, like these sort of, they're learned behaviors from the way that other people have driven. And then, yeah, it's not like you're driving with that person in this mode. Like I was playing offline and I still had drivatars on there. No, it wasn't offline. Anyway, I'm rambling now.
And you're building up a garage the whole time, obviously.
Sure.
It's kind of, did you have like an N7 car from like Mass Effect? Is there a DLC that came along with it or something?
Yeah, that was just there when I booted it up. I mean, but I'm driving past all these cars where it's like, that's an MR2, that's a Jaguar. Like it makes me want to figure out how to get those cars and drive them. It is, like, I hate that idea, like car passion. I guess that's a thing.
Yeah.
We all have it inside of us.
I think it's car
We just
porn,
need something
right?
to rip our chests open and eke it out. And
yeah.
Forza Horizon may do that.
Miguel, our freelance reviewer, was saying it's kind of like, well, these are my words, not his. Like it's almost like that Call of Duty thing. I find myself playing Call of Duty multiplayer just because of how constantly I'm unlocking something, or how constantly the experience is translating into tangible rewards, whether they're aesthetic or actually affecting the mechanics.
Yeah.
But he was saying that's pretty constant here. It's like a flurry of just like, oh, you gained this many followers, you just unlocked this car, you got this new, you actually like hire artists for the festival venue.
You get points for driving like an asshole.
Yeah, you like near misses.
No, like collisions, damage point. Like you just anything you do, basically, you're going to earn points. Which, there's some question there. Like, okay, does it actually make it a valuable experience? When you add it on top of the great driving, yeah, why not? It is just sort of that extra layer that makes it a little bit more enticing.
Did you get the chance to go much like off-road on the beaches and like
yes,
the actual?
But in a Lamborghini.
I was gonna say, yeah, like when you were supposed to be off-road,
no,
like a buggy as opposed to a Beamer.
No, that's what I'm looking forward to do this weekend. Honestly, Miguel sold the game so well, and even just playing it just a little bit made me realize, like, yeah, this is going to be a great experience if I stick with it. We'll see.
Yeah, in terms of negatives, there's just Miguel was saying like minor performance issues online, which I guess like every game's gonna suffer that. It clearly wasn't enough to like hinder his experience, and then he didn't like the brand narrative either.
I don't blame him. Yeah.
Kind of social media, the millennial generation. I can't stand millennials. They're the worst.
You're a millennial.
Yeah,
you're a millennial.
I know. You guys are too, aren't you?
I don't know.
Borderline. Anyway, Forza Horizon 3 got a 9 on GameSpot, so check out that review by Miguel Concepcion on our website.